everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a relatively healthy meal that me and my family like to eat on a regular basis. The first thing that I do when I'm starting dinner is I like to turn on the oven and put it at the desired temperature. And so for this meal, it's going to be at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I'm going to go ahead and line all of my baking sheets with aluminum foil because it gives a really easy cleanup to this meal, which I really like. Then I'm going to go ahead and just chop up my chicken breasts and put them on the pan that I prepared earlier. I'm not going to lie, I really do not like touching raw chicken. I think it's probably one of the worst things that I have to do in the kitchen, but again, it's just something you got to do. So once I'm finished chopping up all the chicken that I will use for the meal, which is usually 2 chicken breasts, I will store the rest of them in the freezer and divide them into 2 chicken breasts per container so then I can use them for meals later in the week. Then I will get out my vegetables and make sure they are thoroughly washed. I like to use peppers for this meal. It gives a lot of color and I am always about adding more vegetables to a meal. I am the only one who eats peppers in this house, and so I will save the other halves of the peppers for another meal later in the week. I'm also adding some frozen green beans to this meal. Again, I try to put as much vegetables in a meal as possible, and this is something that is really easy and tastes great. So to season the chicken breasts, I use garlic powder, parsley flakes, a steak salt mix, and I will put a little bit of oregano on the chicken once I'm done. I also use extra virgin olive oil to saturate the chicken before I put it in the oven. Once I mix this all up, then I will spread it onto the chicken to season it, and then I will also pour it onto the vegetables to just give it a little bit extra flavor. So if you haven't seen a previous video that I made about the Kasori pressure cooker, you guys should definitely check it out. I definitely talk about the benefits of having this pressure cooker, which is actually so amazing. We use this mostly for rice because it makes perfect rice every single time. It's so great. So what I will do is I will add my rice to my pressure cooker, which is 1 part rice and 1.5 parts water. So I will add 2 cups of rice and then also 3 cups of water altogether. Then for the rice, I'm going to be seasoning it with a little bit of lemon juice, some margarine or butter, whatever you prefer, and then I will add some dill spice as well. So as you can see, I used up all my dill spice because we make this very often, and I definitely will have to get some more of that. Then I will make sure the lid is securely tightened, and then I will also make sure that the valve is on lock. And it's so great because I can have ready rice in about 6 minutes. It's so awesome. So I usually wait a little bit after the rest of the meal is in the oven to start this because it doesn't take very long. Again, once it's done cooking, then you want to just release the pressure with nothing like your finger because you don't want it to get burnt by the steam. If you're interested in getting a Kasori pressure cooker of your own, make sure you do check out the link in my description. It honestly has changed the way that I cook my food, and it is seriously such a good investment. I highly recommend. So usually when the meal is in the oven or is cooking, then I will go ahead and just clean up as I go. As you can see, I didn't put anything in the oven yet because I was waiting for the oven to heat up a little bit more. But usually I will do this when everything is cooking, so then I don't have to clean up after everything is said and done, and I just make sure that my workstation is ready for the next step, which is just plating everything. So once I put everything in the oven, I will set my timer to about 20 minutes. And as you can see, I have a little helper who is definitely ready for dinner time. So once everything is been cooked, then you are ready to put it on the plate. And there you go, you have perfect rice from my pressure cooker. You have greatly seasoned chicken with some roasted veggies, which just tastes super great together. Now I usually make a little bit extra so that my husband can take some of it in his lunch in the next couple days. So once I package all of that up, which I totally grabbed the wrong lid, which is typical of me, I will put that away and then I will start to clean up. Now I love that I can just put the tin foil that I used straight into the garbage, and I don't need to wash my pans at all because it was protected by the tin foil, which is super great because I'm all about efficiency and not having extra cleanup. Then I'll move on to unloading the dishwasher. Now I did a cycle earlier in the day, and so this is when I can get that done. It needs to get done so I can put the dirty dishes in the dishwasher. And as you can see, my daughter wanted to take a bowl and make something for us. And so she was playing over there with my husband. And so I'll just go ahead and unload the dishwasher and reload it. Now when I'm touching anything kind of dirty in the kitchen, this is when I usually put on my rubber gloves. They really protect my hands and my nails, and I can have, you know, nicely painted nails and not have to worry about them getting ruined by any water or yucky things that I'm touching. Then I'm just going to go ahead and wash down all of the counters. I usually start with a really hot cloth just to get all the crumbs and all the sticky stuff off the counter first. Then I'll just take my Lysol disinfecting wipes and I will take that and disinfect everything to make sure that it's all clean. So I will use my Method disinfecting cleaner, which I will spray in my sinks and just take my cloth and wipe everything down. I will use really, really hot water to make sure that everything is sanitized and disinfected. So I'm almost done in the kitchen, and this is when I will sweep the floors, because I find that the floors get so dirty even just after a day. It's unbelievable. So I make sure I do this at the end of the day to just get all those crumbs and all that dirt off the floor. So this kind of wraps up my cook and clean with me video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you will subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and all that good stuff. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching again, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.